the trust and transparency is really huge for me. It's a lot of effort, to try and make things happen, and then you put in all this effort, and then you just get, pooped on or whatever. So
If you had to describe Ola Prime in one line, what would it be?
Consistent for sure.
Would you recommend Ola Prime to other traders?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely dive in. Give it a go. You've got great team behind you. There's support. There's training. Pretty much everything you need on the way to be successful.
Hello everyone, and welcome once again to another Trader Stories podcast here with Ola Prime. Today we're joined once again by our funded trader David from Utah, who has a $100,000 funded account with us. He's had over $20,000 in payouts on that account, and today he can request another payout of around $3,900. David, good to see you again. How are you doing
So
today?
good. Glad to be here, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So, David, I think we've done 2 interviews already.
Yeah,
I think it's been 2,
yeah,
yeah.
somewhere around there.
So we've done quite a few interviews together.
Yeah.
In terms of trading, how's it been lately? Have you changed the way you're trading, sticking to the same strategy?
Yeah. Well, like I've said in the past, I'm more of a trend trader, so December has been more difficult for sure. You think something's about to happen, and then boom, it doesn't. So that's been
Yeah,
frustrating. So, that's just what you accept when you go into December, right? If you decide to keep trading, so it comes with the territory. But
exactly.
yeah, still, scrape by on this to get this payout together, even amidst the market conditions, and it'll be great timing
I
right before
mean,
Christmas.
it's a great payout as well, just shy of 4 grand in a month that, let's be honest, like you said, December is never a trade-friendly month historically.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you're doing phenomenally well, and it kind of tests, you as a trader being able to trade in different market conditions and still come out on top. Is kind of a testament of, how good of a trader you are, which is awesome.
appreciate it.
Um, David, regarding the payout, I know you can request it today. Um, is it possible you could share your screen and request it live on this
Yeah,
interview?
let's do that. That sounds great. Let me
Awesome. Sounds
get
great.
things going here. Oh,
All right. Well, let's go ahead and request
okay.
that payout.
Let's
That
jump in.
looks awesome.
Go with rides. Yeah, it's always super quick, really easy, and yeah, you can never
There it is.
complain working with Ola Prime.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a stopwatch for the audience, and whenever that payout actually comes through, David, just let me know.
Okay.
I'll hit stop on um, the payout. I mean, on the payout. I don't want to do that. Hit stop on the
Okay.
timer,
Sounds
and
good.
we'll see how long that took.
Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll just keep my inbox open here, and we'll see. I'm assuming
Awesome.
it's probably going to be pretty quick, like always. So,
So, in your previous payouts, what kind of how fast have they been? Because you've had quite a few payouts now, so you're probably you've got a good range of.
yeah.
Because one time you could say it's a fluke,
Right.
but you've had quite a few.
Yeah.
How quick have they been on
I
average?
mean, on average, I would say when I first started, it was probably between 30 and 60 minutes, and then the last couple have just been lightning. I think the very first one was the longest, but that was just because we had to confirm all the payment information. So
Yeah,
hopped on the phone, but that was the
yeah,
great thing
sure.
too. I mean, they stepped me through it and, figured everything out, and, it was a lot of hand holding. So it was really great getting that all
No,
set
that's
up.
really good to hear.
Yeah. I don't even think I had
That's
Rise or
awesome to
anything at
hear.
that point, so they helped me get a lot of things going.
Okay. Yeah, no, fair play. That would definitely slow down the
Yeah,
process a little
yeah,
bit.
for sure. So yeah, it was really good.
um,
Really good.
that's that's really good to
Yeah.
hear. And obviously, have you been trading with other? Obviously, you're perfectly allowed to, but have you been trading with other prop firms as well, or is Ola Prime kind of your go-to
Yeah,
prop
it's
firm at the
definitely
moment?
my go-to. I play around with others sometimes, but I just love Ola Prime. I think I'm spoiled. I've done a few payouts on other platforms, and it just takes so long to do anything. And honestly, it's just a little
Yeah,
overwhelming working with so many different platforms too. So I prefer,
yeah,
I've kind of settled in just trying to focus on Ola Prime and yeah, it's just working with one system and especially, us in the US, London is at night, London sessions, so it's easier to just
yeah.
keep it a little bit more simplified when you're trying to think clearly at that time.
No, absolutely. You're 100% right there. And with the other firms that you have tried or traded with, have you got to the payout stage with them?
Yeah, I've gotten a few. I think I've definitely had the most with Ola. But yeah, I mean, I almost have a little PTSD because I did have a few that just, even like the funded trader, right? I still owed it from them, and it's like, just the trust and transparency is really huge for me right now because it's
Yeah,
a lot of effort to try and make things happen and then you put in all this effort and then you just get pooped on or whatever so it's
yeah,
having a firm that you can actually rely on instead of smoke and mirrors is just invaluable in my opinion. I mean, why put in all the time and effort and sweat and tears and ups and downs when at the end of the road it's just nothing. Right?
yeah. No, completely agree.
So
Completely
yeah,
agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Um, if you think back to when you first joined Ola Prime, were there any kind of doubts or fears you had
yeah. I mean,
when you first
yeah,
joined?
for sure. I mean, especially being somewhat new to the prop firm space and all that, it's like jumping into something brand new, right? The company you only see on
Sure.
YouTube or Instagram, and you just kind of put your faith in when you put that initial deposit in, right? Buying your account, and because for a lot of
Hmm.
people, a couple $100 is a big difference. I know, we're trying to feed our
Oh,
families and
100%.
everything, so it's definitely you know, jumping in is a little scary. Sometimes it can be, but that's I think Ola Prime is really helpful with that because you got the coaching and the resources and sales go on from time to time. If you have to wait for a sale or whatnot, and it makes it a lot more attainable than it has in the past. So, but, for
Yeah.
for for prop firms in the past. So, yeah, I mean, definitely it was a curve for sure and fear to overcome, but you just work through it and at least for me, it's just like, I love looking at like, different traders on, especially Ola Prime, all the successes you guys feature, like the weekly leaderboard, the top three or whatever. And it's like, man, I know if I work hard enough, I can accomplish that. If I can, if I just keep at it, right? So, you
Definitely.
just kind of figure out what works for you over time and yeah, it's really awesome.
Remind me, you've only got one funded account with us at the moment,
Currently,
correct?
yeah, I'm close to two, but yeah, just one right now.
Nice. So you're doing a current challenge
Yeah, I
right
have
now?
a two phase I'm working on with that, and then I have a one phase right now that's funded. So, yeah.
Nice, nice. So the challenge experience overall, in terms of the platform, the rules, spreads, like the whole package. How did you find the challenge
I mean,
experience?
it was good. I found the checkout process was really smooth. I really enjoy having PayPal as an option just personally, but I know there's crypto and a bunch of other ways you can use with that. And yeah, there's a lot of options too. Like, for anyone who hasn't looked, there's swing options, there's, more day trade focused options, there's, crypto, there's Forex, obviously. You guys launched futures, a month or two back. And, there's just so
Yeah,
many different options and so many different platforms you could choose from. You guys added Trade recently, which is great. And, Yeah,
Yes.
so really, nearly any kind of instrument you want, you can choose, and and you don't have to be super limited, in what you want. So, and obviously,
Yeah,
there's a lot of different markets, a lot of different market behaviors, and you can kind of identify what you want and zoom in from there. So, yeah, it was a
definitely,
great process,
definitely.
though, to answer your question.
No, that's really good to hear. And getting funded as well. How did you find the kind of transition from, going from a challenge account to a funded account?
Yeah, I mean it's a mindset shift for sure because the first time I got a funded account, you're just so excited and you're prone to blow it if you are just going all in without a plan, right? So
Yeah,
definitely blew a few accounts and eventually realized, if I can just figure out a way mindset where it's like I can do this, just shift the same kind of mentality into a funded account and not really think like, oh, I have to make all the money today, which is unrealistic, right? If I could just stick to a plan and copy what I did on the challenge, then you pass the challenge, right?
yeah,
So then you should be good if you can replicate that on the funded side. So yeah, it's a mindset shift for sure, and I've been bringing down my risk more, which is really helpful. Just a little bit of extra buffer room, for you know less unfavorable
good.
market conditions. But I did want to say I just saw the email for the payout come through. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah,
Okay, so I'll hit stop. Okay,
yeah,
so for the viewers, that is 8 minutes 56 seconds, so under 10-minute payout.
amazing.
Um, is it possible you could show us
Yeah,
the email
yeah,
or
yeah.
the
Let me
the
pull up the
rise
email
or
here
whatever you're
for
comfortable with?
sure. Yeah, let me get this. There we are.
Oh, there
Oh,
we go. Payout
yeah,
approved.
0 minutes ago. Just
So $4,000
yep,
payout.
yep.
Incredible, really good
Yeah,
stuff,
what an
and
amazing.
this close to Christmas as
Yeah,
well. I mean, Christmas is next week.
seriously.
Any holiday plans?
We'll be seeing some family, going out of town, and yeah, just see a lot of family. We've got one kiddo, one on the way, so it's gonna be a little bit
Oh yes, of
harder
course.
than previous Christmases, but we'll make it work.
No,
It'll
I'm
be
sure you
fun.
will. That's fantastic, though.
Yeah, yeah,
That's such good news. And to kind of end the year, I think as a trader, to end the year, getting paid out, you don't have to stress anymore. You don't have to, trade. You can just relax for the next, week or two until
right,
January.
exactly,
Take time off, enjoy time with your family. And that's really ultimately what it's about.
definitely,
And the consistency that you have displayed as a trader is kind of what I think everyone hopes to achieve when they get into this game. Just having some kind of level of
right,
consistency to their
right,
trading, where
yeah,
every month, that they're taking something
right,
home for their time and effort.
exactly.
Um, and yeah, I think you're a living proof that it can be done. I know it's difficult at first.
It
It
sure
always
is.
is.
Yeah,
But you are living proof that it can be
yeah,
done.
yeah,
And I think it's mostly comes down to your psychology more than anything
for
else.
sure. Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to
Yeah,
trading.
for
It
sure.
really does.
Yeah. And I can, and,
Um,
for people of faith, I've noticed a huge difference, just keeping my faith as a huge pillar in everything because if I'm just trying to do it on
yeah,
my own, it just doesn't work as well. And I know that doesn't work for everyone, but it's been
absolutely.
huge for me for sure.
No, definitely. I can absolutely agree with that. Yeah, I mean, incredible stuff. Um, David, have you had a chance, or for any reason, have you needed to use our support at any point?
Oh man, I feel like I did a while ago. Everything just works so smooth. I usually don't have an issue, but probably I think in the beginning I had a question or two, and yeah, it was great. Just instant. I mean, even today, I get calls from the team. You have any questions? You have anything you need help with? Like, what can we do to help? And, everyone is always just super willing to help and super friendly. And, you know, it's just a great company. I'm so glad I found you guys.
That's awesome, and we're so glad to have you on
Thank you.
board.
Thank you.
You're an excellent trader, and I say this on many interviews that we do, but it is really true every time that um, when we're when we say we're looking for good traders, we're looking for traders like yourself, consistent people, people who understand it's a business, it's not a casino,
Right. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, who understand, every month you're just chipping away, you do the same
Yeah.
thing, rinse and
Yeah.
repeat, and that level of consistency is something we can back
Appreciate it.
all in.
Yeah.
So incredible
Yeah.
stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Couple more
Yeah.
questions,
Of course.
then I'll let you go. So this is a bit of a different one, but if you had to describe Ola Prime in one line, what would it be?
Um, Consistent for sure. I mean, even a whole sentence, man. A very consistent firm. I mean, pretty much everything you want, like, right? You hear all the horror stories of no support, backlog payouts, bad systems, especially back before, all the
Oh,
MetaTrader 5 junk, a lot of connecting and brokers and stuff. Now everything's much more streamlined, thankfully. But just chaos sometimes in the past. And Ola Prime is just so consistent. Like if I need help, I get it. If I request a payout, as long as I didn't do anything crazy, which well, it's all laid out there on the website what to do and not do, then it's gonna go through. So yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
incredibly consistent.
It, and it's so important for traders to look at the rules and truly understand
Yeah,
them. And if they don't understand something, ask,
yeah,
you know, um, because the rules, as long as you stick to the rules and you're like you said, you're doing things correctly, um, that's a thumbs up
yeah,
from us. And
yeah.
payouts like we showed today, okay, they're not always going to be under 10 minutes.
Right, right.
Sometimes they do take a bit longer for various reasons. There might be KYC checks or
Right,
whatever, or
right.
you got to set up your account and whatnot. But generally speaking, um, I would say probably we have the quickest payouts in the
Yeah,
industry. I don't think there's a single prop firm that can pays out as quick as
yeah.
we
I
do.
don't think so.
So
That I've seen, which is
I
just
mean, obviously
amazing.
we haven't tried all of them, but as far as we're
Yeah,
aware, yeah, no one does it in an
yeah.
hour. So
It's
um,
super cool.
yeah, hopefully it can become a industry
Mm-hmm.
norm,
Yeah.
you know, and others follow
Lead
suit.
the way.
And
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
that would be probably the best
Yeah.
outcome for all of
I
them.
think it really makes a connection to your capital because it almost feels like your own money, right? Like, once you create that money, obviously within the rules, but once you create those profits, it's almost as good as yours already. It's going to get to you fast. Once your payout date comes, you can depend on it, right? And so I think that creates respect
Sure.
too with traders. You don't want to just blow your own account, right? So, trade responsibly with Ola and they'll respect you back.
That's a very good point, actually, you made there. Extremely good
Thank
point.
you.
Because if you have to wait, days, a week, or however long, um, to get access to your money, you're right. It doesn't feel like it's your
Right.
money, because you're having to wait for however long. But when it's that quick, okay, if I lock this in now, and if I'm happy with my profit for the month, my payout date is in a day or
Right.
two, I can lock this in, and I know I'm going to get that on that day
Exactly.
at that
Yeah.
time. And it makes planning, I guess, easier as well. For whatever bills you have to pay, etc.
Exactly.
So yeah, very good point. Very good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. It's been a game changer for our
Um,
family.
that's amazing to hear, and that's what it's all about. Um, I probably already know the answer to this question, but I'll ask it anyway. Would you recommend Ola Prime to other traders?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely dive in. If you're just starting out or if you're experienced, like give it a go. You've got great team behind you. There's support. There's training. Pretty much everything you need on the way to be successful you have with Ola Prime. So go for it for sure. I would jump in if I were you.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, David, that pretty much wraps up this little interview. For the viewers, we have done two other interviews with David. So if you would like to find more, know more about his journey, his story, how he trades, etc., you can watch the other two interviews. We'll link them down below. But David, thank you so much again for coming on. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and have a great rest of the month, a great holiday. And congratulations again for um, the child you're becoming.
Thank you.
I don't even know how to phrase that
That's
correctly.
all right. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You're more than
It's always
welcome.
a pleasure.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to all the viewers, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on channel notifications, do all that good stuff. And we'll be back with many more trader interviews from our traders who are successful, getting payouts and, sharing their strategies, how they trade, their mindset, etc. Because all that is a good learning. It's a big learning curve. And if you're new to the game, seeing other people who have done it and understanding their story can be a massive help. So, turn on channel notifications and we'll be back again very soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.
Ola Prime, trade with transparency.